And a new fund to help compensate countries suffering from climate change was established at the 28th meeting of the COP28 as it opened in Dubai on Thursday. On second day of the summit, several world leaders pledged for global climate solutions.
More than 70,000 delegates from around the globe gathered at the 28th session of COP28 in a bid to work out a worldwide solution to the pressing climate issues facing the planet and all mankind. UAE's Minister of Industry and Advanced Technology announced that this year's conference will focus on climate finance challenges.
And we see, as you see, that the world has reached a crossroads. I pledge that I will run an inclusive and transparent process, one that encourages free and open discussion between all parties.
A new fund to help compensate countries suffering from climate change was established at the 28th meeting for the Conference of the Parties to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. The announcement was seen as a major breakthrough at this year's conference. Calls to renew the fight against climate change were also made at the event.
We have been working very, very closely with other Transitional Committee members this entire year in order to design an effective fund that is based on cooperation and does not involve liability or compensation. And we're very much committed now to work with our Congress to provide $17.5 million specifically towards the Fund for Climate Impacts Response that will help vulnerable countries to respond to the impacts. But we also expect this fund to be up and running quickly.
UAE President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan began the summit by announcing the establishment of $30 billion fund for global climate solutions, specifically designed to bridge the climate finance gap.
I am pleased to announce the establishment of $30 billion climate fund around the world, which was designed to bridge the climate finance gap and to obtain it at a good cost. The fund also aims at encouraging the gathering of the fund and investment of $250 billion by 2030.
Meanwhile, Britain's Prime Minister Rishi Sunak pledged $2 billion in funding at the UN Climate Summit, an attempt to bolster green credentials after watering down Britain's measures to reach net zero targets.
We're leading the world in new industries like offshore wind. We're protecting nature at home. So we've got a great story to tell. And I'll be announcing £1.6 billion of funding to help lots of other countries make that transition.
On the sidelines of COP28, several bilaterals were held. Israel's President Isaac Herzog met the President of the UAE, Mohammed bin Zayed, while Qatar's Emir Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani met with Brazil's President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva.